Guys, and welcome to a new video for Infinity Kingdom. This is Pyakia from server 49, and lots of people ask me how to counter mixed marsh like earth and wind marshes, because those marshes are so strong because they have two physical attack damage dealers in the front like Alexander and Hannibal Barca, as I'm showing you now, and also have two support immortals that all focusing on supporting the first row, having the wind dragon element or the earth element. In the past, people used to have the wind immortals with the wind dragon, and also the wind dragon used to support all the immortals, but it had a nerf that not going to use his skill on the other elements, like I'm going to show you here. Here, when 3 of your random allied wind troops land a normal attack, they have a 50% chance of recovering HP. This buff here didn't allow on the wind immortals only, it has been allowed on all the immortals. So Alexander, if you were using him in the wind marsh, he could use this stormy breath. But this dragon had a nerf, and this skill are using now on the wind immortals only. And the counter for this marsh is so simple. You have to understand this marsh first, because this marsh only dealing physical damage from the front line, from Alexander and from Hannibal, and they don't have a back row damage dealers. So all what you need is countering physical damage and returning physical damage in return, and also blocking as much damage from the front line. So the best solution here would be Charles for a physical defense immortal, and Elcid for a physical defense immortal, and he is the main source of our video today. Elcid, I'm using his skill here, the Conquest, and also his artifact, the Song of the Cid. This artifact is so broken because it has the Conquest here being triggered 100% instead of 65%, and this skill doesn't has a cooldown when it's activated. So when Elcid activates this skill, it reduces the physical damage inflicted on your front row troop by 30%. So it doesn't here has a percentage, and when they are triggered by normal attack, it doesn't has this percentage because I'm using his artifact, of course. Inflicting physical damage on the enemy, damage rate is 100%. This skill is broken without using the artifact, and with using the artifact is much broken because it increases the percentage from 65 to 100%. And I'm going to show you today this report that I attacked this person here to test this marsh. As you see, my marsh here is the dragon level 26 shitty skills. Also, I'm having Zenobia here because I don't have any other options. And as you see, Peter is troops T6 with all the marsh in front of him is T7. So having a T6 in front of T7 and dealing this damage is so broken. But the damage didn't came from Peter the Great. He dealt 700 damage out of 3 million damage from the Conquest. The Conquest here returns for Elcid because Elcid protects the front row, not even himself alone. So as you see here, Elcid dealt damage up to 12 million damage and a half, and also dealt from the Conquest alone 10 million damage. Shikis Khan here dealt most of the damage. So I'm going to show you here Alexander dealt this damage with Hannibal Barca, so the back row don't deal enough damage. I didn't even counter this marsh, so I didn't use the right skills. Here, as you see here, I'm using any skill that I have on this marsh. I'm not using specific skills, but the best skills here to be used in this marsh is lifelink to redirect damage, and defense blessing and physical shield. I should have used physical shield in front of Alexander instead of using Elcid here. So if I replaced Elcid with my Peter, Elcid was going to kill all this marsh. Here this marsh killed me because I didn't pay attention to the lineup. But if I used lifelink and physical shield and also fighting master, that reduces the damage, but I'm using fighting master somewhere else here. So to counter this march, you have to counter any physical damage coming from Alexander and Hannibal Barsha, because they are the main source of damage. So having fighting master, defense blessing, physical shield, and also lifelink to redirect damage, it would be so great here to counter the damage, and you could achieve a win easily, even though if your dragon is lower than the enemy's dragon, or you are even a T6 versus T7 march. I just attacked. I knew I could win easily against him, so I didn't pay attention to the lineup, but I figured out to make a video for this. But please don't deal the same thing I did here. And as you see, the artifact here is not even a physical defense, and it's not leveled up. But my beater has an artifact leveled up, but as you see, my march doesn't have that skills that required for dealing much damage, or it's not even a second march, it is a third march, having the blessings that I have in the Throne of Supreme, in the Tower of Knowledge. As you see, I'm going to show you that I have auras in my second march and my main march, so this march is not even a strong march. It is a third march, but countering this march is easily. You just have to understand the main use of it. You can use some auras like misleading to reduce accuracy from dealing damage from those. You don't have to use malice or weakness, because you don't want to apply damage to them. But if you want to apply damage to them using fire or water, use weakness. Not using malice, because they don't use crit here. As you see, he is using berserk to deal damage and lifesteal, because he is going to heal some of the troops from this healing and have attack speed, because he is mainly focusing on attack, having the special artifacts of course, but for the supports he doesn't have the special artifact. So I hope I cleared everything for you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me right in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.